And we have Chris and Ian and Jennifer. I was going to call you Jessica. That's why I didn't say it, because Jessica was coming out from me. So I don't even know if I need to give any introduction to our buddy Chris here. Chris is the director of the Virginia Space Grant Consortium. Thank you. And I can go into a lot of different things. His bio is they're raising it because I'm short and you're tall. Okay, I'm just telling you that's what's happening here. So Chris does a lot with, of course, as the director for the Virginia Space Grant Consortium. He also does some things that you guys may be familiar of when you were here at NASA Langley, working with organizing VASS, the Virginia Aerospace Science and Technology Scholars. Also VESS, the Virginia Earth System Science Scholars. And also he deals with STEM Takes Flight through Virginia's Community College Technology Exploration Saturday series, which we might be able to, help with. Would definitely help with that. The aerial drone competition that we just did was involved in that. So a lot of STEM activity throughout Virginia, and so we asked Chris to come today to kind of give us a few opportunities that are out there to help us volunteer. People have been asking, what can we do? And so a few of us have done a little bit for you, but when we talked to Chris and his staff, it looked like there was so much more out there that we could participate in. So with that, you can do this to there.
Thank you, Kathy. You just stole my project list. That's everything I was going to talk about. It's an honor to be in this room with you all. The collective years of experience and wisdom in here are mind-blowing to me. I mean, it's just really fascinating, and I really appreciate your interest in hearing what we have to do and who we are and what we do. And I would love to work with each and every one of you in some way, because what we do is we partner with NASA, industry, and other organizations for STEM education, research, and workforce development. And we're all about preparing the workforce. So education, workforce development, we want to diversify and increase the number of people that participate in workforce and go to work for NASA, whether that's in STEM at NASA or business and industry. And so we're a NASA headquarters program. We're part of NASA's Space Grant program. There's one of us in every state, but we kind of sit at the nexus between NASA's needs and priorities and state needs and goals here in Virginia, and we're in the middle in research and workforce development. We've been around since 1989. I know many of you probably know Mary Sandy. Mary was our director. She started in 1990, 34 years. She built the empire that we are, and she's still working with us. She's still in the director emeritus status and working part-time. But we have a bunch of partners, and these are our members. NASA Langley is a member of the consortium, as is NASA Wallops, 5 higher education institutions, ODU, UVA, Virginia Tech, William & Mary, and Hampton University, the SHEV, the Virginia Community College System, the Virginia Department of Education. And so we work at education with every level, kindergarten to postdoc and everything in between, but we will work with anybody. And our board of directors is chaired by the president of Virginia Tech. The 5 university presidents are on our board, as is the director of SHEV and the director of the community college system and the lead for VIPC. So this is our board that we work at the discretion of the board. And so we are a statewide institution. We have a statewide mission. We're located just down the road. ODU is our host institution, and we're in the Peninsula Workforce Development Center, but we work all across the state. This is our team of folks, and we're going to tag team this presentation today as Ian and Jennifer coordinate some of these programs. They're going to talk to you about their programs. These are our program areas that we work in: scholarships, fellowships, free STEM classes and academies, internships. We're big into teacher professional development, supporting research of interest to NASA. And then we've got very active in emerging technologies like cybersecurity and drones. And so everything that we do is free. and we're all about building the pipeline. We impact more than 2,000 pre-college students per year and many other to higher education level. So as we go through these projects and opportunities, I'm going to highlight some of the opportunities specifically where there's an opportunity to mentor or to get involved. The Technology Saturday series, we've been doing this since 2008. This is one of the only programs we have that is regional in nature. This is only for school districts here on the peninsula. So it's 7th and 8th grade students and their parents. And so both the students and the parents come to a Saturday. The students go one way, they get immersed in all things STEM, hands-on activities and everything. The parents go another way and they learn about what is STEM, why would you want to work in it, how much can you earn, what are the opportunities, how can my student get there, what are the pathways to get there. And NASA Langley hosts one of these 3 Saturdays, and we're currently planning for one on March the 1st. And so that's an opportunity as we get closer to setting an agenda and things like that. You could certainly get involved in that. BLAST is a program that we have in partnership with university partners. This is a 4-day STEM residential program for rising 9th and 10th graders. So they come to a university setting and they get immersed in all things STEM at one of 5 different university partners. And we coordinate and run the program. So there's 80 students per BLAST session. And then I'll turn it over to Ian to talk about our VAST program and the opportunities that are available with that.
So I'm glad to talk about the Virginia Aerospace Science and Technology Scholars Program. I know a few people in the room have helped out with the program in the past, but I want to emphasize this is a high impact at Langley program. So this is, and since 2008, we've been having students come here every summer, filling more and more of the cafeteria each year, I think. Our goal is to have students design a hypothetical human sample return mission to Mars. And instead of taking 20, 30, 40 years, we ask them to do it in 5 days. So we're surprisingly successful despite that. But the idea is they come here, and instead of treating this like an internship, we treat it like they are professionals here at Langley. So we want them to work with folks who are really doing this kind of work day to day. But we're not just looking at someone just to do some orbits and trajectories and call it done. We want them to think about all aspects of mission planning, whether that's budgeting, strategic outreach, thinking about what science return we're getting out of this, thinking about how we're keeping the humans alive and how that might be at odds with getting the orbitally correct thing to do, and having to have 60 teenagers agree on one thing. So it is a challenge, and that is what we're looking for, is for folks who have any experience in any area of what NASA does, not just the immediately obvious areas, to talk with the students as they're working, and not necessarily to just do a presentation, but to say, where are you with your mission? What problems are you having? Oh, I had a problem like this. We solved it by doing this approach or that approach over the years. Because we want them not just to think that this is what I'm doing right now, but this is what I can be doing as my career 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when I get out of college and I come do this. These are high school students doing things that every person I explain it to says, I wish I had that when I was in high school. And our goal is to make them realize they're capable of this. And even if they're doing the most compressed version of a mission design you can imagine, to see the procedures and the process are something that they can do. And we're looking for volunteers to join us in our 3 weeks over the summer and come in and just be there as both a subject matter expert, but also a very short-term mentor saying, here is how I dealt with similar challenges in my career. And that's what we're looking for, is volunteering in that nature in the summer. We also run our online program right now. Actually, it runs from December through April. And we are also looking for, if anyone has certain degree types, and we might be looking out for this, if anyone is interested in becoming an adjunct at Virginia Peninsula Community College, we also look for educators to help grade online as well. So even if you didn't have an education background, they actually are looking for specific engineering degree type things that can become adjunct status and help work. So we also can pay for that. So that wouldn't be volunteering, that would actually be working for us and things like that. But we all most certainly looking for in the summer, joining our students, sitting with them and saying, where are you with your mission? Tell me about what challenges you're having. And that's definitely one of our big areas where we have a panel session on the Thursday of the week they're with us. You get to grill them and ask them about the holes in their mission. Of course, they had 5 days to do it. There's going to be a lot of holes in there. But then we have our closing ceremony where they present this to legislators, to people from the executive branch in Virginia, to aerospace industry executives, and they get to show off all that they did in just a few couple days. So that's our big thing, is that we do that human mission to Mars and looking for making it very real, and we're hoping that you can join us to help make it real to them. Right? And I think the next one is... Yep, our first week, and we'll send these out electronically, and these are also on the flyers that we have provided, is we run from Saturday to Friday, so this during the week itself, so June 23rd to 27th, July 14th to the 18th, and then July 28th through August 1st. So it's right there in that July, middle of the summer period, because that's the time when the students are all out of school. Okay, and I'm going to give it to Jennifer for our Earth System Prime.
Well, I'm the new person of 3 months with the Consortium. Very, very excited, but I'm not new to academics, science, and teaching. So the Virginia Earth Space System Science Scholars, that's a mouthful, VESSSS. So currently we have 162 students that are actually involved with the online course for credit. We run it with a dual credit. We're very, very pleased that we have more girls this year than guys in STEM. So this is something very similar to Ian. He's in space and I'm on the ground, right? Earth, space. It typically is the 11th and 12th graders that we're looking at. We have the very, very same type of schedule running. We'll select 120 students, 2 different sessions, 60 per session in the middle of July, July 5th through the 11th, and then the 19th through the 25th. And I really, really highly solicit volunteers. If you're interested in helping students understand how to design something, how to look at climate change, and I think I already have a person that's interested, maybe Miss Amber, for climate change. We know we have to address the global change, the climate change. What are we going to do in 2030? A lot of these ideas, we need to work at looking at developing skill sets for the workforce industry, thinking about a lot of things that we need to involve in with students itself. So this is also a very highly selective in some ways because it's a condition over 7 modules. Students have to progress every module, design, write APA papers, technical reports, and actually work together in the summer to do these projects. So it's something that they really need a lot of mentorship. So I'm seeking mentors, maybe master teachers for next fall, something in that aspect. So here again, there's the dates, very, very similar. We're pretty much opposite weeks, because we can't burn and exhaust our staff, but it's like full time, man. It's heavy duty week, and then we skip, and then we have another week, and we come back and skip again. So please feel free to reach out if you are interested in doing a mentorship, helping students, teaching, serving as a volunteer, anything that you can do to contribute, because your wisdom is needed. Today's students, they're very different. They're very different. We need your expertise in that field, especially earth space science. I was told years ago, and I worked at higher ed in earth space systems and with physics, and I was told girls don't do science. Guess what? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm here. So please feel free to reach out to Chris, any of us, and solicit your volunteerism, your mentorship, because it would be invaluable. One other thing that's not on the agenda, I wanted to share with you that we are working on collaborating with many, many partners on an NSF experiential learning, emerging technologies proposal for a grant. And it has to do with workforce industry. We have to build a new workforce to address the 2.1 million jobs that will be unfilled by 2030 if we don't do this. So that's kind of why these courses are very important, and our programs are very important to students. but please bring your wisdom. And well, okay, I'll stay up here for a few minutes. Didn't realize all of these pieces. So Plant the Moon was handed over to me 3 months ago. And this is in its third year. And this is actually a challenge from the Institute of Competition Sciences. It's been very, very successful. Currently, this year, its final year, we have 89 teams, including Puerto Rico and the Philippines. We have 32 teachers across the state of Virginia. We have a populace of about 890 students impacted with this. And they're really working on a team to look at how they could grow things on the moon. You know, we can build a structure, but you have to grow things. So this is one of the challenges they put out 3 years ago. It's been very, very successful, and it looks to be potentially funded, extended, and beyond. And I'll be glad to hand that over eventually to someone else because I am taking on another challenge. The next one, build a moon. I'm also a designer, engineer. I like to focus on those kind of things. And if I have experts in the room, it would be wonderful. This is a new challenge. It's a pilot, and Virginia is one of 9 different states that are going to be involved with this. I've selected 11 teachers. We're going to have 13 teams, and we'll have 135 students involved with this. And it is to look at advanced manufacturing, looking at 3D design, creating a structure that we can actually live on the moon. And it is really focused on the NASA designs and ideas and projects. So these are students that are really going to go after it. And my teachers right now, we have a Thursday evening meeting. We're excited. We're excited to be part of this new pilot. And this is something that I would like to, continue with. And it will build within that NSF grant. It's all about advanced manufacturing and design, robotics, and of course using AI, which is part of that. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any interest in that. And I think I'm done there.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, we do have a wide range of programs impacting a lot of different ages. There are some people in this room too who can talk more about us. And like Dave Young he's one of the architects of the VEST program, designed that. Steve Horan spent a long time on our advisory council, worked with us on a number of student projects. Mel Farabee, Dave Hinton, Jill Prince is our current advisory council representative, and also Garnice Dennis. So there's a number of folks here at Langley that we work with on a regular basis that can add more information about what we do. This program, I just want to mention, it's the 10th grade. It's for 10th grade students, and this is in partnership with NASA Wallops. So it is just like the 2 programs that you heard about, VAST and VEST, except it's in partnership with Wallops. So students can do a program in 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade and get a summer experience at a NASA center each year. And again, all this is free. Also, Ian coordinates a program for aspiring pilots. So this is for high school students who want to be a commercial pilot. We partner with Averett University and Rick Aviation to provide some ground school and some flight training to include possibly getting your solo within a 2-week program. And so this is something that we're really trying to expand. As you may know, there's a huge shortage of commercial pilots in the future. And we've also developed this portal. This is ever expanding and growing, but this is how students, parents, business industry can find out about these opportunities, is through this kind of one-stop shop portal that we're trying to populate with videos and pictures and things. We do help coordinate the aerial drone competition in partnership with Jennifer Kibler, who has the lead for this. This has been fantastic. There's been 3 of them. If I'm aware of another one, I will make sure you're aware of it, but it is a great volunteer opportunity. And wow, what an exciting day. It's just so cool to see all that. We've been very big in drones. Since 2007, we've had several National Science Foundation grants that have helped us to develop courses and train teachers and do outreach, kind of all under the Uncrewed Aircraft Systems umbrella. So we helped establish the first course at the Virginia Community College system, and then the first 2 courses at the high school that are now being taught in UAS, and this new advanced air mobility concept. So new courses, trained teachers, and then we've done a bunch of service learning projects. If you are interested in drones or this uncrewed system in any way, from coding and programming to operations to safety to the data side, to helping people get their 107, we could definitely work with some mentors on this. There are a bunch of teachers and community college faculty out there teaching this stuff, and everybody's learning it 2 weeks ahead of when they're teaching it, so they can always use mentoring, support, resources. This is just an area we want to grow and expand. This is just kind of a summary of some of the new courses and the content at the community college system. We also provide about $350,000 a year in research scholarships and fellowships. And so we have a formal program through where students who are at our institutions, they apply, competitively selected to do research of interest to NASA. So most of this research is university based, and they have a university mentor, but they would love to collaborate with NASA where appropriate. And we have graduate and undergraduate awards. So if you are a subject matter expertise in a certain area and you would like to work with the higher ed student and the faculty advisor and support them, help them connect to NASA and NASA resources, this is a fantastic opportunity. It's academic year based research. So we got students out there now doing the research, and then they come in April and present the results of the research at a conference. But we're also recruiting for the next academic year students. And then this is the conference. This is almost always, it rotates around by a sponsor, but it's almost always in the Hampton Roads area. It's Hampton University's turn to host this year. But I encourage you to attend this event, interact with the students. The undergrads do posters, the graduate do oral presentations, and all of the research is directly of interest to NASA. We also do a number of student flight and design projects, rocketry, small sats, high altitude balloon projects. We're always sponsoring teams, helping teams connect with NASA, helping teams connect with each other, all in the name of getting real world hands-on research around student flight projects. So another way that you could get connected to some education opportunities. We manage a STEM industry internship program that places students in paid internships with business and industry. But very similarly, we offer the STEM Takes Flight program. This is going on here at Langley. It's been going on for several years, but this is open to Virginia community college students, and it's only community college students that are eligible, and they apply for a 10-week summer research experience here at Langley. There's about 20 to 25 placements per year here at Langley, some at Wallops. This is a free intern to you if you are a mentor or in the research area, but we coordinate this, we sponsor this, we pay them, and they come out and do summer research. And again, it's only Virginia Community College students. And this is an opportunity. We have weekly lunch and learn series. So if you wanted to come and present, share your expertise, connect with me and I can get you on the agenda for one of the lunch and learn presentations, or you could just come out and interact with the students. You could visit them in their labs, or whatever. And then Ian also coordinates under the STEM Takes Flight umbrella, a faculty workshop that's hosted by Wallops to help community college faculty immerse NASA into what they do. And then a program that we're excited to offer again is a middle school career technical education professional development. And this is in partnership with NASA Langley, NASA Wallops, and ODU. And this is for 15 middle school teachers from all across the state. And so they're going to be coming this summer for a 2-week intensive workshop, hands-on, learn, build, design, crash, test, all kinds of different kind of things. And then the workshop includes one field trip to here and a field trip up to Wallops. But this is an opportunity to not only during the 2-week period come out and maybe mentor, help, provide activities, talk, guest speak, but also after the teachers go back into the classroom, help mentor, support what it is that they're integrating into that. And so we're currently recruiting the teachers for this workshop for this summer. And that's at least going to be a 2-year program. And it's for middle school teachers, which, as you may expect, they're in high demand of real world, real technology, things that students can really do to stay engaged. We also offer funding for members who have an innovative project. Hey, I want to do this or I want to do that. And we have an open call for innovative projects. And so these are about $8,000 to $15,000 awards that a university or a school or a community college can say, hey, I want to do this. I'm interested in training my colleagues on cybersecurity, or I'm interested in integrating robots into what we do. There's definitely an opportunity here to, once we make selections, we could send you the list of awarded proposals, and you might say, hey, I could really help this team with this knowledge, or I have this resource that they could, or I'd love to talk with this teacher more about what they're doing. So, there's a lot of different opportunities there. And we're getting ready to select those later this month. And so basically we're here to help. We want to help you. We can be a partner with you, but we can also help you connect to our future workforce, our current workforce. We want to collaborate in any way possible. Again, it's an honor to be in here with you, but to know that we can potentially work together it's thrilling to me. This is exciting. I want to stay engaged. Kathy, with you and Olaf and this whole association. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're excited about the potential this has. So thank you very much. And we can take any questions or anything.
Mary.
I appreciate the points of contact on your last slide. Do you have any specific recommendations for points of contact for the city's economic development offices and public school systems? For those people who want to reach into you to get programs at the local public schools or coordinate with the local economic development offices?
Yeah, I can be the point of contact for any of those folks, for sure. And we are in many schools and school divisions, and we routinely have participants from every delegate district and every state senate district. We intentionally reach out, but there are pockets where we are very much want to improve our reach. So any leads that you have that could help us broaden and diversify, please send them my way. Yes, Bill. All right.
Hey, Chris, it's good to see you again. I really like the comprehensive list of universities you work with, but it was sort of glaring that Norfolk State isn't there. Is there a reason for that?
The membership was developed in 1989. Those sort of folks that got together and wrote the original proposal to the Space Grant Award. But we work with anybody. And one of the ways that we work with Norfolk State, for example, is we sponsor Norfolk State students for NASA internships. So being a member only matters in the scholarship program and the innovative project. You can get our sponsorship and not be a member. So we kind of proactively, the intern.nasa.gov program, we proactively look for Norfolk State, Virginia State, and non-member institutions to sponsor. We've also wrote a number of grants with Norfolk State to get funding together. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much, all of you, for presenting such great information, and you're doing great work. My question or comment is about how do we start reaching students in elementary school, kindling interest in STEM? And as you all know, there is a larger discussion happening in our country about the positions. Why do we need all these immigrants? We should be able to fill. I mean, I'm not talking about that discussion, but generally, we do need to focus more on STEM. And we volunteered in Achievable Dream Academy after retiring from NASA. We noticed that kids are somehow afraid of math and science, and just from the kindergarten or even elementary school, third, fourth, fifth grades. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are. Are there any programs teaching to the kids at that level, kindering interest in STEM subjects?
Mhm. Yeah, we are very active in STEM outreach activities and, in marketing our programs and going out and doing outreach. So we do a lot of outreach that includes the elementary. Pardon? Yeah. And we continue to build partnerships with different organizations that operate at the elementary level, because we understand, I mean, this is really a key component of STEM education. We don't have any specific funding for projects right now, but we are proactively seeking stuff for elementary students and teachers. But yeah, it's the earlier you can get these students, the better. I mean, all the research talks about that. It is a challenge, but we do it through outreach. If you have any events, if you have connections with a school or you know of an elementary outreach event that you think we should be at doing activities, we would love to come and do that. You're welcome.
Chris, I have a related question, but I think there is an issue in terms of, there's a continuing issue in terms of how much STEM education we offer and how many of those are actually taking on STEM careers. So as an organization, you have very impressive set of programs with opportunities for us to contribute, but do you have any data on how many kids have actually gone through the consortium and how many of them have actually made STEM careers?
Mm-hmm. So we are continuing to improve and grow our collection of longitudinal tracking data to try to get a look at all of our programs and answer that question. What difference do we make? Are they in STEM? Some of our programs like VAST, Space Coast, who are high school students when they participate, our data shows at least 90%. So most of the programs where we actively track this data is at least 90%, if not 94%. They take their next step in STEM. So those high school students went to college and majored in STEM. And then our scholarship fellowship students, we track them to the next step. Did they enter the workforce and go into STEM? And that's at more than 90% of the data that we have. But we don't have comprehensive data for every program that we have, and that's something I would like to look at doing. We have tracked some students from the Technology Saturday series, which is 7th grade, all the way through to the workforce, and they're in STEM. And we get that anecdotally. And, there's a few students that I can name that have done, Saturdays, the Blast, the VAST. They've done them all, and they've stayed in the family. And then they graduate and go to work and they come back and give back. But, we have anecdotal stories on that long range comprehensive data of all of our participants. No, but select programs.
I'm also interested knowing that by gender, if that's possible. Eventually, I think I'll get with you or Ian and get that information. Thank you.
Yeah, there's an excellent research study in our data that I think I'm very interested in taking a deeper dive in it. When we go to Congress, we get that question. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime about anything. We'd love to connect.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. That's a wealth of programs, and I'm sure that people can link into some of those. And of course, all of this will be online on our website. So if you want to go back and take a look at it, we'll have Chris' slides as well as his talk.